Hello and welcome. We're here today to talk about Sodexo's new brand strategy. Now, one of the plan's key architects, CEO Michel Landel, is here with us today to tell us more. Michel Landel, thanks very much for being with us. Now, more than 40 years after its creation, Sodexo is a leader in its markets. What does the Sodexo brand represent today?
Sodexo, it's our promise to our clients and customers to make every day a better day. But Sodexo, it's also 342,000 women and men who every day serve more than 50 million people around the world. The Sodexo brand is a commitment of quality. It is also values.
Now, how would you define the values of Sodexo today?
Well, Sodexo's values are service spirit, team spirit, and spirit of progress. And the Sodexo brand expresses these strong values which help guide the daily action of the 342,000 employees. Finally, the Sodexo brand is the link of trust and confidence that exists between employees, their customers, their clients, shareholders, and all the company's stakeholders. The Sodexo brand, therefore, is more than our company logo. For a leading service company like Sodexo, the value of its brand is often its most valuable asset.
Well, what will strengthening Sodexo's brand mean for the company's future?
Well, a strong Sodexo brand will help us to attract and retain the best talents, become a reference in terms of diversity, corporate citizenship and ethics, protect the company in times of crisis, and add perceived value for our clients, reinforcing our offer. This, in fact, has a direct effect on company's profitability.
Now, why did the company decide on this brand evolution?
First of all, Pierre Bellon, who is the founder and the chairman of Sodexo, had the vision and the determination to build one single global brand. So 2 years ago, we defined our vision, which is very clear, to become the leading global outsourcing experts in quality of life services. We also have defined our strategy map to lead us to Ambition 2015, which we are implementing with rigor and consistency through our 6 strategic imperatives. One of these strategic imperatives is to make Sodexo's brand the reference in quality of life services. We need a strong worldwide brand to help us to achieve this ambition together.
Now, how will this process happen?
In fact, it is a process that started almost 2 years ago. The first step of this evolution was to modify our visual identity by introducing in all our written, electronic and visual communication what we call the famous ribbons. And this symbol, associated with strong colors, illustrates very well our corporate tagline, which is making every day a better day. This visual identity has been very successfully adopted and rapidly adopted by our teams around the world.
And what's the second step then in this process?
Well, in fact, our logo is 10 years old. And a study of its impact and effectiveness showed that it was too complicated, not sufficiently modern, and lacking in dynamism. At the same time, our teams have expressed a very strong attachment to the Sodexo name, for which I'm very happy. So we believe that it's the time now to make this evolution.
Well, let's take a look together now at Sodexo's new logo. Now, Michel Landel, how will this new logo reinforce the company's identity?
First, we are changing the company's legal name from Sodexo Alliance to Sodexo to simplify our name and help us reinforce our unique and single worldwide brand. Second, we have decided to drop the H from the spelling of our name. This will help us again to improve the visibility and the impact of our brand, to make our name more dynamic, easier to pronounce, specifically for English-speaking people, and also easier to spell around the world. And finally, to underscore our intent to accelerate our development in facilities management, because, in fact, the H is very often associated with hotel and restaurant business, specifically in Europe. Finally, to change the graphics in order, as I just said, to modernize our logo and make it more dynamic, keeping our star symbol as the link between the past and the future.
In conclusion, Michel Landel, what role can employees play in helping Sodexo fully leverage its brand?
Well, in fact, we have the chance to have something unique that is true for few other companies. Because 98% of our employees are in direct and daily contact with our customers. In other words, they are the primary ambassadors of the brand. It is they who carry the Sodexo colors, and it is they who deliver on our promise, making every day a better day.
Michel Landel, CEO of Sodexo, thanks very much for joining us today. And of course, thanks to all of you for watching.